The 1920s were a decade of dreams in America, a time of jazz, cars, radios, and endless optimism. The First World War was over, cities were booming, and Wall Street had become the heart of this new prosperity. People believed the future could only go up. Everyone, from wealthy businessmen to small-town farmers, was investing in the stock market. It seemed like an easy road to fortune. Brokers encouraged people to buy stocks on margin, meaning they could borrow money to invest even more. Banks lent freely, and the prices of shares soared far beyond their real value. The entire economy began to balance on a fragile illusion of endless growth. By the summer of 1929, a few experts began to worry. They warned that the market was dangerously overvalued. But most Americans ignored them. Stocks only go up, people said. Newspapers celebrated the record highs, and millions believed they were witnessing a new golden age. Then came October 24, 1929, later called Black Thursday. Panic began when a wave of selling hit the market. Prices dropped sharply. The stock exchange was flooded with desperate orders to sell, but there were no buyers. Powerful bankers tried to calm the chaos by buying massive amounts of stock, and for a brief moment, it worked. But the relief didn't last. 5 days later, on Tuesday, October 29th, known forever as Black Tuesday, the market completely collapsed. Billions of dollars in wealth vanished within hours. People screamed, wept, and fainted on the trading floor. Some investors who had borrowed heavily lost everything: their savings, their homes, even their hope. Outside the banks, long lines of frightened people waited to withdraw their money, but many banks simply ran out of cash and closed their doors forever. Companies went bankrupt. Factories shut down. Within months, millions of Americans lost their jobs. The streets of once prosperous cities filled with the unemployed and homeless. The crash didn't just destroy wealth, it shattered confidence. Across the nation, despair spread like a shadow. Families sold their belongings to buy food. Farmers watched their crops rot because they couldn't afford to transport them. Children quit school to help their parents survive. President Herbert Hoover tried to restore calm, insisting that prosperity is just around the corner. But it never came. The crisis deepened into what became known as the Great Depression, the worst economic disaster in modern history. From 1929 to 1939, the U.S. economy collapsed. Industrial production fell by half. 1 in 4 Americans was unemployed. Shantytowns, called Hoovervilles, appeared across the country, grim symbols of lost dreams.